Hi folks, we are back at the World Cup, still in round 7, and we're going to show you a game between Germany and Chile. So I think this is played or was played when the result was 4-2 in favor of Germany. So Germany needed to win, although in terms of getting through to the cut, of course, they also can get help from Austria. If Austria beats Greece at this point, then Germany's result doesn't really matter that much. But yes, it's in their hands, and they're playing against Chile. This Greyjoy, Aloof and Apart deck with Star Crossing. Actually, it's interesting. It reminds me of a few years ago when we had the Battle of the Nations, where captains actually chose their matchups in order. And Greyjoy, Aloof and Apart was the most represented Greyjoy deck at that point because the pod with reason didn't exist. As you can see, no reasons in this one. And actually, what happened was they chose their Starks to play against Greyjoy because it was the one good matchup that you had against Greyjoy, and Starks just walked all over it. Although I think it was mainly Stark fealty decks that are not as much crossing. So this one is good stuff Greyjoy deck without reasons. Basically, has some interesting cards. 3 copies of the Kraken's Grasp, and has every captain is a king. Doesn't play Old Captain though. I think Old Captain is already legal for this tournament, but not in this deck. Has the redesigned Euron, has the one Victarion that's not restricted, has the one Balon that I don't like, the King version, and 6 cost Asha. And yes, some
copies of Asgard.
2 copies of some cards. I mean, 3 Asha and 2 Asgard is interesting. You can get her ability to trigger, I guess, get power. It's a little unusual, but yeah, it works kind of. And to Carl the Maid in this one as well. So deck is not conventional. Even you could call it the good stuff Greyjoy deck, but it's not very conventional and has some rush plots like Rise of the Kraken with Equestros that's guaranteed initiative. Then Morgulis and the rest. Well, Storm of Swords as well for 2 military challenges. And the rest is just basically draw and econ initiative as well with the maiden. And we have 2 Maiden's Banes here. Just wondering because of that Storm of Swords. Yeah, Golden Storm here as well. So it's a little bit awkward if they go really aggressive on the military stuff. Puts you under pressure. There's Throwing Axe, there's Black Lawrence. So that kind of stuff, which is interesting. But then Star Crossing doesn't like to defend that much. Right, so this is the Germany version. We have a few cards changed here and there between the crossing decks in this tournament, and this one is actually the most rushy, most aggressive on the rush front because it plays 2 copies of Winter Festival. Most have only found space for 1, and also has stuck a heads on spikes in there. So not bothering with the maiden opening, just has Time of Plenty, which is interesting. And yeah,
None of the dial with attachments.
Yeah, no attachments at all, and this one doesn't play Time for Wolves. Do we have anything weird in characters? Not so much from what I can see. So pretty conventional, 39 characters, and the usual set of events. There's even an Off to Galton here for good measure.
More folk mob.
Yes, so if there's a card in Shadows, you won't know for sure. Yes, 2 mirrors and 1 small folk mob, nothing else. So this is it. I recorded the game originally without commentary, so let's have that played now for you. And we can see how it goes. So it's Gerald for Germany, and not sure how to pronounce this for Chile. Pugatsoso, I guess. Yeah, no summer in Greyjoy. So I think Winter Festival guaranteed to hit, so could be the opening or could be Time of Plenty, depends on the hand. So if the hand is weak, then I guess you have to go Time of Plenty. Yeah, the reference to the connection, there was some disconnecting going around when they try to get the game set up. That seems pretty stable now. So Greyjoy sets up no characters, but spends all the gold on locations in the shadow card. It's dangerous against Star Crossing, because if you don't have stuff on the board, they just go, boom, and a lot of power gained. And Gerald just goes Winter Festival here. So he's going to finish the round on 2 at least, but I'm thinking Star Crossing. With Winter Festival, you'd be disappointed not to get close to 8 or something, right? At least 6. And there is the Intimidate, so if this guy can actually do challenges with Maiden's Bane more than once, somehow, could intimidate a little bit and target the icons maybe, and stop crossing potentially. And there's the Golden Storm, which actually now heavily discourages defending the military challenge.
So how does Golden Storm work?
Just kills a participating or I think defending character if you win military. So I mean, you can oppose, then that character gets killed, but then you still have to claim something. So maybe if Gerald has a lot of characters, he could oppose and stop Maiden's Bane that way. Although with silence there, you don't know if there's also going to be raiding Longship.
And what's coming out of Shadows for 2? Pagan's Daughter?
I don't remember anymore, but I think just logically there could be Hagen's Daughter, there could be also Grey Ghost.
Will it please come in for free?
Yeah, so Claim Soak should be fine. I mean, if he wants to oppose to stop Maiden's Bane. At this point, Intimidate might hurt more, because if no Intrigue icons come in, then you could target that. But yeah, actually, card in Shadows, that could now be Mira. Chances are that it is, and if you stop Intimidate, then you can just forget about Maiden's Bane, right? Thing is, Greyjoy goes first, and we saw 3 Kraken's Grasps there, so even opposing, I mean, could so easily turn into unopposed. 3 reducers with passing. I don't like Star Crossing, but then he spent most cards. He spent most cards for this, so to be fair, that means there's less chance that there's now also superior claim randomly in hand.
What I think is gonna happen is he's gonna attack with the Intimidate guy, and he's gonna be blanked by Mira.
That's very possible, yes. At this point, he can't even intimidate everything. I mean, if you delay Mira, he can get, if he gets Osha and Septa, I mean, Mira comes out of Shadows and still 3 challenges after.
Well, you probably don't want to get Sansa intimidated in case you have the event.
What event?
I know.
Fair enough. It could still be played on Mira in a pinch, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if you don't intimidate her, but yeah.
Plus, of course, Northern Armor is still there if it's not discarded. I don't remember, was there video not so I guess there was, probably. Doesn't put Victarion into the challenge at all, actually. I mean, he's struggling with Claim Soak, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, but if there's Mira extent, it doesn't really matter that much.
Okay, so now raiding Longship coming in. It's Great Kraken, because this is unopposed to now probably
it's not the worst, right?
Draw a card. Not the worst for Starkumin.
For Greyjoy.
Yeah, could get more cards. Yeah.
Definitely shouldn't get power now. Oh, but it's gonna be unopposed, so you get power anywhere in the faction. So, yeah. Seems like
one
he's
of the
struggling
reducers might go for claim.
Yeah, it is very likely, yes.
Oh, Sansa randomly has Renown now as well, by the way.
Randomly has Renown. Completely random interaction with this.
Wish we could go back to the times when Septa was in a pod and you couldn't play her in Crossing. She is an immensely powerful character.
She is great, I'm not gonna deny that.
Yeah, the final days of Star Crossing, actually, the new restricted list that came out recently. Just hit it once again for no particular reason, a little bit. So, losing I'm no one now with Star Crossing as well, which really hits the consistency.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to play without that drone, right? So,
So, Greyjoy is done, but I mean, on defense, there's no threat of anything happening. So, Star can just do the challenges now.
curious to see when no one is gonna be played on Sansa. Could be pretty perfect.
Just plays this military. I mean, with two characters in play, I might even be tempted just to save military for when you win it, bring maybe Mira out, just to
I
kill one
think
guy.
there is a still possibility that he would be getting the Wolf event if he defended with just one, but he doesn't. So,
Spans Victorian though.
does the Golden Stone work on
No,
no good defense?
I don't think so anyway. I mean, she's going to remove herself now.
Very likely, yes.
And even if she didn't, whatever.
It doesn't matter greatly, I think. It's kind of looking like it's gonna be unopposed.
Fnatic keeps her in, so now we know if Goldenstone works on defense or not.
Well, that's, I think, potentially a huge waste of Fnatic.
Yeah, well, what's going to cancel Mira, I
Mira,
guess.
yeah, I think. Think if you had that, you would have to try with Victorian.
Yeah, he could have gone into the
There it
military.
is.
Yeah, could have gone into the military to actually pull the intimidate off, right? If Mira was going to be cancelled.
Yeah, I think so.
The target icons. I mean, I did say even if he does two intimidates, it's not going to work. Just delay Mira and yeah. So also the plan for the start, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm now on Sansa. She can be free to do her challenges. We draw a card. I bet she draws a superior claim. There's 47 cards in the deck, but superior claim is the top one. Kids Kerwin. Okay, there's no time to do Kerwin. Would have been able to play him next round, and then the round after is just going to be the crown, right? So.
But the crown is actually not really good right now.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a threat of reset, just crown and you win.
How?
Because you keep your two guys and Mira, and everything else dies.
Yeah, but two guys in mirrors, not guaranteed to win.
So Skagen's daughter, she lets him oppose at least. Power on the faction card to take plus crossing. Sansa has renown randomly, but at least he doesn't have superior claim, so a bit more time for Greyjoy to survive.
8-1.
8, yeah.
I mean, if he tried, if he had now two powers on Victorian, I think that could be honestly a solid Morgulis because, you know.
Well, another Winter Festival. Yeah, Morgulis would have killed Sansa's power, so you go down to 6. And then.
And kill Septa and Osha as well, so.
Guaranteed to go up to 8 with Winter Festival, and if you had the characters, I mean.
Septa and Osha, Septa and Sansa are both 3 copies, right? Presumably, and neither of them can be revived, so I don't think the worst. Although the econ is bad for Greyjoy.
Yeah, didn't take a mulligan. Set up 2 locations and a card in shadows. Yes, the silence triggers for quasi equal. I think there's 2 copies I said of this Euron that actually has just been marshaled. Could go more strongly on the Euron if you're going to have silence in all the warships, I think. Now there's 2 characters with Intimidate and going first, so... Problem is, Stark can just vomit out their hand, right? I mean, there's another Winter Festival, and if there's Crossing and Sansa's Renown, assuming that armor is still standing, I mean, it's very close to be able to get to 15, regardless of what Greyjoy does.
And depending on if there's another cancel in hand, you have Mira probably. Although to be fair, it does also have one small Pokemon, so it's not guaranteed Mira, but it's a decent likelihood.
This annoys me, the prospect of getting on the verge of victory and then you randomly have heads on spikes to win as well.
Heads and spikes in generally annoys me a lot.
So Small John, that's another renowned character. It doesn't need the King's Road, sure. So the rest of the hand probably is some power gaining events.
Yeah, or he's planning to have Mira and you don't want to overextend this card of movement.
By the way, he's not playing to 15 power here, he's playing to 14 because he can do Harris and there's guaranteed 1 prize from Aloof.
That is correct.
But that's on Greyjoy, you can't blame Star Crossing for that. Greyjoy Aloof generally, I think actually the way people have given up on Greyjoy Aloof is a bit weird. You can just play bodyguards, in my opinion, instead of reasons, but actually it's not worth it compared to Filthy because, I mean, Filthy is also an econ agenda.
Yeah, Filthy is also an econ agenda. I mean, you lose the faction deal for if you want to play the good Baron, but
if Aloof is really working, it gets +1 compared to Filthy, but yeah, is it worth it though?
I mean, the thing is, you are guaranteed almost, like with Filthy, you will almost always have 1. And with Aloof, I don't think you always get a 6 coster. You can't just always put a 6 coster on the board. So you're gonna have 3, let's say. And if you play more than 3 rounds, probably Filthy is gonna be more consistent.
Yes, but before Reason was restricted, people did play Aloof over Filthy.
Yeah, I can imagine Progression is still very good. I think the fact that you can play the really good Balon with the faction deal, I think is probably worth it in itself.
So now...
I mean, even sometimes you see him in Filthy, right?
Yes, I have seen him in Filthy. This is... he put actually 2 both Intimidate guys into this one. Euron is standing. I'm surprised actually that he stood Euron with Maiden's Bane because Euron is standable with Silence and Victarion is also captain. But he stood Victarion and then maybe there's no warship.
Yeah, but Victarion also has Renown, I think.
And actually...
and you're not winning in
I'm not sure what happened, but he passed on the Brand Builder trigger, right? Could have searched for the warship.
I think it's here. 1 power plan post, so...
Yeah, he passed on the trigger.
That's weird.
So search for a warship, stand Euron with Silence, Victarion standing.
Yeah, is there a reason to send him? I mean, Renown and Battle Strength even.
There's a reason, the reason would be only if you cannot stand him otherwise, because he has the other icon if you think you can do something with it.
The other icon's the weakest.
Sure, but I mean, he could still attack and he could get unopposed with Kraken's Grasp and stuff like that.
He's not gonna get unopposed, no.
If he attacks Intrigue, could easily get unopposed. I mean, Crossing's not going to oppose with multiple characters just to guarantee.
Why not?
Well, because you could get Kraken's Grasp in a random raiding longship and then it's unopposed anyway and you've wasted characters.
Try to oppose anyway.
I just let everything go then, whatever. You have Mira from Shadows and the Armory to stand and you just try back with 3 characters.
I think you'd.
Well,
You
here
see
comes the
Mira now
power.
if there is.
Brings her out. I would have waited. I mean, there could be another Fanatic. Just waited for the Intimidate to go through. Because he didn't do it on the first challenge. He could have blanked Euron then.
Yeah, but then there's still.
Victarion still, that's true.
So I think it makes sense, I don't know.
Gerald cheating a bit.
Yeah, is it though?
Don't think there's an action really. What could the action possibly be? Puts the reducer into the challenge, so if a Kraken's Grasp or something is in hand, it could be played here. To make it unopposed, then you stand Euron and get the Great Kraken trigger. Wins by 5, well, that's worth. I don't think there's any triggers. And now he triggers Band the Builder. I think there was so many triggers in Maiden's Bane and with Great Kraken last time that he missed it. Possibly. That hurts because, yeah, could have got an extra card. And maybe that's now the only card that Silence has to put into play. It's Refurbished Hulk, it's not the best. But it's a stand for Euron at least. Crossing down to 7. Well, it's 2 challenges where he can be stealthed as he did the
I mean, again, this
the
would
other
be
one.
better if you have it like this, right? Should have released it. If he's with Victarion before, Victarion would get blanked, and then you had Euron stand, right? And then you send Euron, he's not blanked. So you have another Intimidate if it's not defended properly, so it might be defended properly at that point.
Yeah. Although I still think the play for Gerald was just to not do anything. Then bring Mira out and stand Sansa with the Armory.
I don't know why. Maybe did it. No, okay. Just blank him anyway.
Well, 7, so it's 9 with Winter Festival. Needs to get, let's say, 5 more to win with Dohaeris next round. That's so Sansa has a renown, can even do 2 challenges, winning 2 challenges. So
Yeah,
that's
or
2.
alternatively he stands.
Power and crossing would be already 4 and then just
I mean,
unopposed, which is coming here. I think that's it, honestly. Stand the other renowned guy as well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a good thing.
Why does Mira randomly have stat as well, on top of her ability? You can count him in every round to blank something. Has judgment on I am no one. Well, okay. That doesn't have that much, honestly. Because she doesn't need to do 2 challenges like this. There's still the Armory to get 2 renown of her.
Yeah, you. care about winning intrigue, you could win intrigue with her, and then fairly reliable power with small jungle dominance with Septa.
There we are. The order even doesn't matter here unless he has superior claim on top of everything else. If he puts Septa into this challenge, then he has superior claim now. So he plays with does it with Sansa, is going to grab Renown here and then the crossing. And this is going to be unopposed if Euron wants to defend power. If he wants to defend this, then power is unopposed. Well, if there's specifically superior claim, but I mean, there's already enough power to win whether there is one or there isn't. So
Yeah. So you're also winning down.
we are in round 2, by the way. Just played 2 Winter Festivals, and he hasn't even played a superior claim. And he has heads on spikes, he has the heads for the prize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad this deck has been nerfed a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, just counting. Leaves this one unopposed. But unless he can magically do some strength for the crossing challenge. If this crossing challenge was defended, it would only be 13. Then you try heads and spikes, I guess. Against Morgulis. Yeah, actually, Tarian's still there to decide, so I don't know, there could be some kind of comeback. But not really. Crossing, Renown, and the power claim, and he can pass here and wins with Winter Festival. Yeah, in round 2, just 15 power, just ignoring what the opponent is doing and doing challenges back, and it's enough. Nothing you can do with the opponent anyway, because there's just a little bit of stat as well there, and yeah, the small shots have Renown and have the same strength as Euron Crowseye, so it is what it is. So Star Crossing wins again. It wins every time when I record games, but not as much in other games. So this is a win for Germany then against Chile, and they make it safely through to the top 8. And yes, that's all we have in this one. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.